Good morning. This is a little special video that I decided to make after the church disruption in Minneapolis, where the church was stormed by protesters who were protesting ICE or something like that, and disrupting the service, and what could we do in that particular case. And started meditating on that, and a few thoughts came to my mind that I thought I would share and see what you think about this. So first of all, if if the church is going to be disrupted, I'm not talking about if it's going to be violent, because that's a different story. And usually violent people are going to be single people, and they're not going to be loud and noisy, and they're not going to be filming it. They're going to come in and do their destruction. So this is not addressing a violent attack of the church. It's addressing that protest and that loud disruption and that provoking that is going on there. Because what they really want is to engage a Christian into some sort of argument, and so they're provoking them with all of this talk, and so that as they're filming it, they could get a Christian to lose his or her temper and yell at them, and then they just cut out that little part and put it on their website and see how terrible these Christians are, how they treat us, and so forth. Not, of course, showing all the disruption that they're doing in a church. So what could we do about that? Well, the conventional wisdom, and this is a wise thing, is if there's ever a time when you're being confronted by an outraged person or a provocateur, is to ignore them. So like if you're in a car and a road rage incident comes up, someone comes up to your door and yells at you, the best thing you can do is ignore them and just stay staring straight ahead and not engage them at all. And that's very wise, and that could work in church as well. However, in a church setting, I think we could actually do one better. And let's see what you think about this. So what would happen if, this group barges in and they're blowing their whistles, banging drums, making noise, yelling, and you could see, oh, we're going to be disrupted here. And a pastor could quickly tell an assistant pastor or somebody, go call 911, go back behind the altar and call 911. And in the meantime, use this microphone to tell the church, hey, everybody, let's get down on our knees and pray for these people. And you don't pray against them, you pray for them. Oh God, forgive these people, show them your love, show them what loving you really is all about. And you could even throw the gospel in there, because you have a great plan for their life, and it doesn't include interrupting the church, and we'll be glad to show them, etc., etc. So, of course, there's several advantages. I think if the church is engaged in prayer for the disruptors, not only are they going to be robbed of the yelling that they're hoping to get, hoping to provoke out of these Christians, but their hearts are, the Lord's going to dump those hot coals on the head, right? As these Christians are praying for them and for God to forgive them and to show love to them. That's what Christ did for all those who sent him to the cross, right? On top of that, there's still one more advantage, and that is, remember, these provocateurs are hoping to get that sound clip on their cell phones so they could use it against you. And again, if everybody's praying, they're not going to get that. On top of that, here come the police finally, and they'll be able to tell immediately who the Christians are and who the protesters are, because all the Christians are on their knees praying, right? And the protesters are all yelling. But if the Christians got up and yelled back, the police couldn't tell who's who in the zoo, right? So it's really a good advantage idea to do that. I think the protesters would likely leave pretty quickly and be discouraged, from pulling that nonsense again. That's at least an idea that I had. Thought I'd throw that out and see what you think. feel free to make your own comment, because I'm not saying it's the way to go, but it's an idea. Anyway, God bless. Bye-bye now.